The following program is an NBC special presentation.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Hey, hi, this is Bob. I love a Parade Hope. Wishing all of you the happiest and healthiest of New Year's. I've had the pleasure of being the Grand Marshal of many parades across this great country of ours, and this morning I have the honor of opening the festivities for NBC's coverage of the 97th Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. The theme for today's parade is a celebration of laughter. And believe me, you have a Grand Marshal who knows all about humor and laughter, Irma Bombeck. Remember, laughter is the one human condition that helps keep us stitched together through good times and bad. So, Happy New Year, everybody.
Live from Pasadena, California, NBC proudly presents the 97th Tournament of Roses Parade, saluting a celebration of laughter. With your hosts, Wheel of Fortune's Pat Sajak, and star of The Cosby Show, Felicia Ayres-Allen.
Hi, I'm Dinah Shore. Welcome to the Tournament of Roses Parade, brought to you by Nabisco Brand. The people who also bring you a parade of hundreds of fine products, like Almost Home cookies, Planters Snacks, Carefree Sugarless Gum, and America's wholesome snack cracker, Wheat Thins. From the Nabisco family to your family, Happy New Year.
Now we take you to NBC's Rose Parade headquarters. Here are Pat Sajak and Felicia Ayres-Allen.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 97th Tournament of Roses here in the Centennial City of Pasadena, California. As you heard, this year's parade theme is a celebration of laughter, and we are indeed fortunate to have a lovely and talented lady sharing hosting duties with us this morning, one of the stars of the hit Cosby Show. I want to get all the names right because you're recently married. Felicia Ayres-Allen Rashad. You could be hyphened to death.
I know. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. It's really great to be working with you again. Do you believe this view from up here above Colorado Boulevard?
It is something, I'll tell you. This Rose Parade is going to be a lot of fun. They always are.
Great.
As a matter of fact, based upon what we've been seeing and hearing behind the scenes here in Pasadena this morning, this year should prove to be one of the most exciting and delightful Rose Parades we've had the opportunity of bringing you in recent years. And this year, we'll be the first network to broadcast the parade in stereo. I'll be in your left speaker. Additionally, we'll be witnessing a historic exchange of greetings to the people of Russia from President Reagan and to the people of America from Soviet leader Gorbachev at the end of today's coverage. But right now, what's happening over at Tournament House?
Well, we just received word that this year's Queen of Roses and her royal court will be coming out momentarily. What a thrill of a lifetime it must be for her today. And the King of Laughter himself, Bob Hope, will be presenting today's gracious queen. Well, right now, though, I understand we're about to see one of the parade's most famous bands. And here to introduce them is one of my favorite actors who is currently busy shooting his new series, Black's Magic, that we'll be seeing right here on NBC later this week. Mr. Hal Linden. Good morning, Hal, and congratulations on your new show.
Thanks, Felicia. Sorry I can't be with you in person today, but some other old friends of yours will be. The McDonald's All-American High School Band. The All-American Band program was organized in 1967 to provide young musicians the same All-American status that's bestowed on any high school athlete. You see, they don't think it's any easier to be a terrific saxophone player than it is to be a terrific running back. Over the years, nearly 50,000 young Americans have been nominated to the program by high school band directors from across America. As a musician myself, what's really amazing to me is the fact that each year, these newly selected musicians who have never met before will, with 6 short days of rehearsal time together, perform in a series of live, nationally televised events such as today's Rose Parade. You've really got to hand it to band director William Foster for helping to achieve this musical miracle. Now, you may have seen this band perform at Carnegie Hall with Lionel Hampton, at the Kennedy Center in Washington, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, or here at the Tournament of Roses Parade. So you see, Felicia, not all of the extraordinary players we'll be seeing in Pasadena today will be on the football field. This band serves as a tribute to the talents of high school musicians everywhere. Let's hope they keep on marching forever. Happy New Year, everybody.
The newly crowned Queen of Roses, huge marching bands, prancing horses, and unbelievably spectacular floats, all coming up and all right here on NBC. And we'll be right back.
concerned, Mother, you better believe it. We spend time together. Right now, we're having a snack with Nilla wafers. They're Nabisco, and I like that. And she loves them, don't you?
Yeah.
No fudge, no fluff. Just simple goodness I can feel good about. Only the best for her. You know?
Yeah.
Nabisco Nilla wafers. Simple goodness you can feel good about.
Baby Ruth, Butterfinger, tear into them, just take a bite. Get the taste that feels so right. Baby Ruth, Butterfinger, tear into them, which do you choose? Both so great, you just can't.
Chewy, nutty Baby Ruth. Crispy, crunchy, peanut buttery Butterfinger with their great, rich taste.
Tear into them now, Nabisco.
Have you ever noticed how many products are constantly being improved? Well, we introduced premium saltines in 1876, and they're still every bit as good today. We brought out Lifesavers and Oreo in 1912, Baby Ruth in 1921, Royal Pudding in 1932, Planters in 1906, and Shredded Wheat in 1894. And they're all still every bit as good today. Because at Nabisco Brands, we make it right the first time.
Nabisco.
Today marks the beginning of a very special year for Pasadena. It's Centennial Year. And what's really incredible to me is a photograph taken from this book, New Sage Press's Pasadena 100 Years. Now, believe it or not, this picture was shot from right where we are today, the corner of Colorado Street and Orange Grove Avenue, a little bit earlier on, 1884. A few things have changed on this corner in about 100 years. Well, moving on from the past to the present, let's now take a look at one day in 1985, which will be remembered forever by one very lucky young 17-year-old senior from San Marino High School.
And her name is Amy Lynn.
What a happy young lady she was. Next, Queen Amy and her royal court have an appointment with the Grand Master of television comedy, Mr. Bob Hope.
I'm delighted on this New Year's morning to have you meet 6 beautiful and very happy young ladies. They're all princesses in the royal court of the Tournament of Roses, and here they are.
Shannon Colleen Guernsey from Altadena. Christine Helen Huff from Altadena. April Ashley Lake from Arcadia. Tracy K. Langford from Pasadena. Julene Marie Penner from Pasadena. Lorene Bell Weeks from Sierra Madre.
And now wearing the royal crown, the 68th Rose Queen, 17-year-old Amy Lynn Richelieu. Amy, you certainly make a lovely queen. You must be a little excited at this moment.
Excited and very happy and a little nervous.
Well, I'm sure your nervousness will leave you after you wave to the first 100,000 people out there this morning.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it, Bob.
Yeah. I understand that after school you're planning a career in the business world?
Yes, I would like to be in the business world, but my real life goal is to be an executive.
Well, Amy, can you tell us what this year's Rose Parade theme, A Celebration of Laughter, means to you?
Something you do very well, Bob. Bring smiles and cheer to others, along with happiness and joy.
Thank you. You read it just like I wrote it. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Bob. And now we're at Tournament House, where the Rose Queen and her royal court are here for this morning's parade. And I would think this has got to be the kind of moment that dreams are made of for all these lovely young ladies, especially one here. Has the time flown by, or has it seemed to never get here this morning?
It's gone very quickly, especially the past week.
They have kept you very busy, I understand.
Yes, very busy.
Now, I have to ask what time you awoke this morning.
Well, I myself got up at 2 o'clock to get picked up at 3 to be brought to Tournament House to get ready.
Did you sleep, or were you able to?
I was able to, but it was kind of like Christmas Eve when I was little. You're so anxious, you can't sleep.
Yeah. Are you able to isolate in your mind what time of your life you thought you might like to try to do this someday?
Well, I've had ideas of it, and I've had dreams of it, but you never think that could ever come true. You never think it could come home to you, but it does.
You've had a chance to talk, I know, with some former Rose Queens because they have a gathering every year where a lot of them participate. Did you get some advice from them? Did they help you out, tell you what to expect?
Yes, they said keep warm because it gets cold out there.
Yeah. Well, the shoulders are turning a little blue at the point. No, it's going to warm up nicely. The sun is breaking through, and it should be a great parade. And I won't ask you to practice your wave because you're holding the flowers, but you do have that down, right?
Yes, we do.
As does the entire court.
Yeah.
Ladies, congratulations to all of you. What a lovely queen and what a lovely court. Have a terrific parade, and Happy New Year to you.
You too.
All right. Let's go back up to another lovely lady. Now here's Felicia.
Just ahead, the 1986 Rose Parade Grand Marshal and a special exclusive New Year's message from President Reagan.
If it's crisp like a chip, but it's not great crisp. If it tastes like a dip, but it's not, it must be a great crisp.
That's what. Great Crisps, a different kind of snack from Nabisco. Imagine the ingredients from your favorite dips like cheese and chives, French onion, nacho. Baked so crispy, so flavorful, they're incredible.
If it's crisp like a chip and it tastes like a dip, it must be a great crisp. That's what.
They're crisp like a chip, taste like a dip.
Fleischmann's would like to wish you a healthy new year. So this Sunday in your newspaper, we have a very special offer. There's nothing to mail, and for each coupon you collect, your store will give you a free pound of Fleischmann's for every 3 you buy. It's a great way to stock up.
I think that was mine.
This Sunday in your newspaper, Fleischmann's buy 3, get 1 free offer. If you care about what you eat, it's a steal.
Hey, I avoid sugar. That makes me feel good about me.
Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree. You've got carefree sugarless gum, great fresh taste that's sugar-free.
Carefree sugarless gum has such a great fresh taste. You can feel good about avoiding sugar and great about all that flavor.
Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree. It's a real fresh taste, great fresh taste. You'll never guess it's sugar-free.
Carefree has such a great fresh taste. Why would anyone chew gum with all that sugar?
Feeling good about yourself, feeling carefree. You've got carefree sugarless gum. Great fresh taste that's sugar-free. Nabisco.
We're now back again at Tournament House with this year's Grand Marshal Irma Bombeck, together with the president of the Tournament of Roses, Frederick Johnson, Jr. President Johnson, you know this is the middle of the rainy season in Southern California, yet I think you have to go back 15 years to find a serious rain. It's time you let America know what's the secret here.
We're blessed. Actually, we're blessed, Pat.
Was there ever a time, maybe September, October, where you said to yourself, I don't think we're going to get a parade this year. I'm going to Tahiti. We're never going to make it. There are a lot of details.
Well, actually, yes, and even by December 17th, my weatherman, the vice president, thought he could do something about the weather.
Give us just a brief outline of how you came up with the theme this year, a celebration of laughter. Why did that seem appropriate to you and the committee?
It's really a salute to the one human condition that keeps us all stitched together in good times and in bad, and that's laughter, and I wanted to salute it. It's really that simple.
Well, an appropriate choice for Grand Marshal, as someone who's been making a lot of us laugh for a lot of years. How are you? Am I excited?
I'm so excited. I haven't slept. I cannot tell you. These people put you on a forced death march. I mean, no wonder you get to sit down in the car, you know, for 3 hours.
Who are you going to be riding in the parade with?
Well, I had a whole family here. Yeah. I mean, we rented suits for all of them. I mean, they cleaned up well. My mom, my dad's here, my 3 kids, my husband. The dog couldn't come, but, you know, nothing's perfect.
What makes you laugh? What breaks you up?
Everyone makes me laugh. Everything makes me laugh. I will laugh. I will go the spectrum from Milton Berle walking on the sides of his shoes, you know, right on up into the classiest comics around. Everything.
So if I were to walk on the sides of my shoes, you would crack up?
Break me up. Break me up.
I don't want to make you laugh right now. Listen, I wish you both a wonderful parade. You've got your wave down, right?
I have my wave down. It's this type thing. It's big.
Just knocked over the president of the Tournament of Roses.
It's effective. You see, it works.
It works.
Thank you both. Delightful to see you, and enjoy the parade.
Thank you so much.
All right. You know, of all the millions of viewers around the world who are at home watching with us this morning, there's one very special American who would like to say hello to us. Ladies and gentlemen, President Ronald Reagan.
Thank you, Pat. Greetings to everyone watching this wonderful American tradition, the Tournament of Roses Parade. You know, this New Year's is a day when we Americans can be filled with pride and hope. Pride in the year gone by, hope for the year to come. During 1985, our nation experienced the blessings of liberty and peace. Our already strong economy grew still stronger. Indeed, in just 1 year, employment increased by more than 2 million. Perhaps most important, a feeling that took root a few years ago continued to grow. A feeling of patriotism, of confidence in our fundamental goodness as a country, and in our ability to build a better future. Today, our future looks more open and promising for the simple reason that it is more open and promising. Thanks to the privilege of living in America, that's just the way each of us can view this new year, 1986, as a year of tremendous promise for our families and our nation. From the Reagan family to your family, Happy New Year. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. President. Woo! If you look directly across Colorado Boulevard from our booth, if you get past the sirens, you'll see one of Pasadena's own sources of civic pride, the Norton Simon Museum of Art, which boasts one of the finest collections of old masters and contemporary art in the nation. Inside the walled gardens, visitors find such modern-day classics as Henry Moore's bronze relief #1, Henri Laurent's Les Ondines, which probably means mermaids with no tails, and Auguste Rodin's The Walking Man, which was originally a study of St. John the Baptist. And finally, Aristide Melor's The River, which was conceived as a monument to peace. And that certainly is a fitting thought on this New Year's Day. Nabisco is proud to present with NBC the 1986 Tournament of Roses Parade.
Poor baby, all this stuff going on.
Del Monte vegetables are picked and cooked the same day to help seal in nutrition in regular or with no salt, no artificial additives or preservatives. Del Monte vegetables, nutrition that works.
We at Planters have heard that shoppers are pushing, shoving, and yes, taking cans from sweet old ladies because they have to have our delicious new honey roasted nuts. Phyllis, we're on the air.
Oh.
Well, sure, they're irresistible. Sweet enough to please, salty enough to tease. But don't worry, there's plenty for everyone. Planters has cans. Planters has jars. Planters has a problem. Hey, guys.
New Planters honey roasted nuts. It's hard to keep them around.
Introducing almost home cookies from Nabisco. The cookies that taste almost homemade.
Look, almost home fudge sandwich cookies. Almost home? Yeah, they taste almost homemade. This cookie is real soft and chewy. It's great, but I wouldn't call them almost home.
New almost home cookies in 15 delicious varieties.
What would you call them? Mine. Yours. Nabisco.
You know, Felicia, I was talking earlier with the president of the Tournament of Roses about the great luck they have with the weather. This morning, I get up, as I'm sure you did, you walk to the car, and you can't see your hand in front of your face. It was so foggy. And sure enough, the parade is about to start, and the sun has come through, and it is a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
You are a New Yorker, right?
Well, no, originally I'm from Houston, Texas.
Yeah, but you've lived there for a long time in New York.
Yes,
to do your show there.
Yes.
Now, when we were in New York doing the last parade we were together on, it was a little bit different.
A lot different.
It was a little cool, a little rainy, but what a great day to get to a Tournament of Roses parade, the 97th. Let's get going. And here to kick things off and to continue one of the Rose Parade's longest-standing musical traditions is the U.S. Marine Corps Band under the baton of musical director A.J. Amdahl.
Good morning. Today marks the 37th appearance of our band here in Pasadena, and on behalf of the Commandant of the United States Marine Corps, we wish to salute all of America in the Tournament of Roses Parade, which has become a part of our national heritage. Happy New Year, everyone.
That's a great way to start the parade with that kind of music.
It's very impressive.
Well, every year the parade seems to outdo itself with floats, and you are going to see some beauties. Felicia and I have had the chance to look at them, most of them ahead of time, and they are absolutely gorgeous. You can see a lot of height this year. A lot of the float makers seem to be going for taller floats, and a lot of them had to be able to break down, that is, make them shorter so they could get them to the parade route under the bridges.
You know, Pat, if you ask any child what a celebration of laughter means, you'd probably hear the answer, circus. And that's just what the theme of this float is all about, featuring 3 rings filled with huge trumpeting elephants, prancing ponies, and live circus performance.
We're having a good time in there. Sponsored by Small World Greetings, this float salutes an organization dedicated to fulfilling the greatest wishes of terminally ill children around the country, the Let's Make a Wish Foundation. And I believe Emmanuel Lewis is out there riding a float. That is not Emmanuel. No, it's not.
No,
I've never seen him in a hat
Emmanuel.
like that. No. Also on board, by the way, members of a family called the Jensens, one of the hundreds of American families who've been touched by this very worthwhile foundation.
That is certainly a beauty.
You ever want to run off and join the circus?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. Ah. It's amazing what you can do with flowers.
They had to start a lot later putting the flowers on this year because we had some very warm weather last week. So it was really last-minute rush to get things done, but these things have been done beautifully, you can see.
Finely chopped Ming moss covers the 4 elephants, whose blankets are creative camellias, carnations, delphinium orchids, and gold clover. Chrysanthemums and carnations cover the circus wagon. Medallions are royal blue iris, and the cage is created with Mercedes orange roses. Over 15 varieties of roses form the colorful patterns on the circus pedestals, supporting the performance.
Well, I've made a decision. We're putting you permanently in charge of flowers during this parade.
I know. Oh, yes! Yay!
He's strapped down for safety there.
Yeah, he's having a good time, too.
It's a long parade, Emmanuel. Calm down.
Oh, that... Marking the 35th Rose Parade appearance today, here's the Long Beach Mounted Police Equestrian Unit riding beautiful white mink, golden Palomino horses led by Marshal Jack Brown. These riders are all honorary deputy officers dressed in colorful Western-style outfits, complete with silver-trimmed gun belts and classic 6-shooters of the Old West. Woo-hoo!
Wow, you're also in charge of making that noise.
Now that's where I'm from, Texas.
You see a lot of great horses in this parade, as you do every year. Those have to be well-trained animals to, it seems to me, to behave so well.
Yes, so many
route.
people and so much sound. Ah, they're beautiful.
Beauty, and this has a real interesting theme to it. You know, it's been said that somewhere between laughter and tears lies hope for better times, and this entry, called Turning Tears to Laughter, presents a hopeful vision of a world free of childhood polio, a goal its sponsor, Rotary International, hopes to achieve by its centennial year of 2005.
Here, a springtime garden flourishes around a discarded wheelchair, while the International Children's Choir helps celebrate the dawn of a new polio-free era as Dr. Joe Serra, a Rotarian volunteer, looks on with one of his recovered polio patients. That's a happy photo. The garden is alive with roses, iris, tulips, and sculptured daisies created with carnation petals. The butterflies are decorated with Chinese lanterns, carnations, and marigolds.
Members of the esteemed Valley Hunt Club first sponsored the Rose Parade way back in 1890, and this year's elegant entry reminds us of this tournament's proud 97-year-old heritage. Riding in this antique red and black Baroque carriage back there, you're going to see the club president, Dr. William Allen, and his family, and there they go.
The carriage is being pulled by 4 matched hackney horses, and we're told that one of the accompanying outriders, Laurie Phillips, is the granddaughter of a founding member of the Hunt Club.
As fun as it is to watch this parade, it must be very, very exciting to be in it, to ride along the route.
I should think so. On such a beautiful sunny day, I should certainly think so.
Well, it's award time. This float, the winner of the Princess Trophy. That award given for best achievement in floats 35 feet and under. And there it is. You know, one of the delightful things about these great floats lies not only in the variety of flowers used to decorate them, but the variety of sponsors who make them. In this entry, the Sierra Madre swimming lesson was designed by cartoonist Bob Marble and self-built by the residents of the city of Sierra Madre, California. The float features Big Bertha, a hippopotamus getting ready to take the deep plunge with some help from her friends. And if you don't recognize her friends, I'll tell you who they are. Barney Bear and Brutus Lion. You knew that, didn't you? Anyway, they may all find themselves into a swim there because there's an impatient billy goat in the back as Gator George waits patiently below for some morning pool service. Quite a collection.
Quite a collection.
They have to really do a lot of improvising here to come up with the fur on the animals, and they use interesting vegetation to do it. Pampas grass, I understand, is used frequently. In fact, on this float, Billy's fur is made of that.
Next in our parade from Conroe, Texas, here's all 230 members of the Conroe High School Marching Tiger Band celebrating 150 years of statehood. This band is so big, it needs 2 music directors to lead it, John Rucker and Steve Bretsky. I used to do that.
It's my imagination, or you get more excited when a Texas group comes by.
Yeah, I do. It takes hours of preparation to look that good. Let me tell you, I know. That's what I used to do.
Did you?
Yeah.
If we have time near the end, we'll get you a baton and let you demonstrate how you haven't lost.
I'm going to surprise you. I was really good. As a matter of fact, I was a championship twirler.
Well, I'm proud to hear that.
What could be more fun than a carnival on wheels? And that's just what the Farmers Insurance Group of companies brings to us with their 26th Rose Parade entry, Texas Sesquicentennial.
I gave the riders $8 so that give that word to you instead of me. What a float. It features the first working double Ferris wheel ever built for a float. A brilliantly colored hot air balloon swings up in celebration of 150 years of Texan independence, while a group of very happy-looking children ride carousel horses around there, covered with carnation petals, vanda orchids, and marigolds. Look at them go. Hey, these floats this year have a lot going on them.
Yeah. Gosh.
Well, who could better represent today's parade theme of a celebration of laughter than a woman who once said, if you can't make it better, you can laugh at it. Here's this year's Grand Marshal of the Tournament of Roses, Irma Bombeck, riding in a 1928 Tourlet with her husband Bill and their children Betsy, Andrew, and Matthew.
Hi, Pat. I've got the whole family with me today, and we all wish you a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Irma. Same to you. She said in the opening of the parade that they rented those suits. I don't believe it. They look like they fit very well. And now let's say hello to a new face, which you'll be seeing soon, starring as the King in NBC's The Last Precinct. Pete Wilcox. Good morning, Pete. What do you have on there?
Hey, baby, I'm just all shook up. I got the NBC Peacock on. I want you to know I can't help falling in love with this parade, baby. It's just a hunk of burning fun. But just remember, the King is back and NBC's got him at the Last Precinct, Sunday, January 26th. We'll return to the 97th Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California in just a minute, baby.
You're immature.
Oh, but new Oreo mint cream cookies are for the kid and all of us.
Fine.
I love this cool minty cream and crunchy Oreo chocolate.
Fine. Just get your boats out of the tub.
New Oreo mint cream cookies.
Oh, 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 who's that kid with the Oreo cookies eating up the creamy middle like he did when he was little? It's a chore to be mature when you're crunching an O-R-E-O.
For the kid in all of us.
Ready? Say cheese.
Better cheddars.
Okay, say cheese. Better cheddars.
When you say better cheddars, you're really saying cheese, because we bake in real cheddar cheese for a light, crisp, real cheese taste.
Everybody ready? Say better cheddars.
Cheese. Now in Swiss, blue cheese, and nacho. When you say better cheddars, you're really saying cheese.
Family Ties is bringing sophisticated comedy to weekdays.
I've always thought immaturity was rather childish.
When you can't get enough fun, catch the Keatons every weekday morning.
Next, marching proudly into view is the Panther Band from Porterville High School, Porterville, California, under the direction of Buck Schaefer, who's led these 180 fine musicians in performances throughout the country, and he's been the band's musical director for the past 33 years. It's tough to trace the origins of humor. It goes way back probably to caveman days, Shecky Neanderthal or somebody like that. But we do know we can go back to medieval days anyway, and here we are with the Sun-Kissed Growers float, bringing us the stunning representation of two enormous court jesters from those times, their colorful scepters at the ready. To share a little merriment on this float, truly fit for a king. And for those of you interested in the details here, these fun-making figures are embellished with cranberries, lemon and lime slices, and lentil seeds flown fresh from Turkey. The Shriners have known for years that today's theme of laughter is the best medicine in the world. And here to prove this, in Hanna-Barbera's Laughing Place, are some of our favorite animated stars doing their part to cheer up a recuperating young girl. Now, Felicia, in case you've forgotten, I can point out some of these characters to you. We have Fred Flintstone and Scooby-Doo up there directing the action as their cartoon friends ride around a colorful carousel. We have Pebbles, and we have Quick Draw McGraw, and we have the Jetsons, and we have Yogi Bear. I want to mention that the Shrine of North America operates 22 hospitals for burned and crippled children throughout the country, and all patients are treated absolutely free. We actually have rooms in the hospitals where the kids can go and watch cartoons. I think that's a wonderful idea.
Special float, the winner of the theme trophy for best portraying the theme of the parade. In keeping with today's celebration of laughter, a tribute to some of our film classic kings of comedy. delight newfound audiences the world over as their timeless humor is shown here. Laurel and Hardy have managed to create quite a traffic pileup involving the Keystone Cops and their Tin Lizzy. And Charlie Chaplin's speeding locomotive with the Marx Brothers, Groucho and Harpo aboard. I would sure hate to have to file an accident report on that bunch.
No, they look like safe drivers. Boy, there's some great people represented on that float. And now making their Rose Parade debut today is the 200-member Miliani High School Trojan Marching Band, who come all the way from Miliani, Hawaii, under the direction of Ronald Karai.
Aloha. My name is Ron Hirai, band director of Mililani High School Trojan Marching Band. Our performance today centers around a Hawaiian theme featuring the ceremonial concho blowers, kahili bearers, hula dancers performing with an authentic Hawaiian instrument, the uli uli. We hope all America will enjoy our performance today.
And stay tuned. More of our parade coverage is coming up after this.
Every time folks eat Super Fruity Bonkers fruit candy, it makes a big hit. Know why Bonkers is so super fruity? It's got a chewy fruity outside with an extra fruity inside. Makes me want to eat it up.
Bonkers bonks you out.
Some candy.
Bet you can't do it.
Are you kidding?
Bet you can't bite a Chips Ahoy cookie without biting a chip.
No problem.
See, you bit one.
One more chance.
We put lots of pure chocolate chips into every Chips Ahoy cookie. So every time you bite a Chips Ahoy, we bet you bite a chip.
I bit a chip.
Bit one, huh?
I was just warming up.
When you bite a Chips Ahoy, we bet you bite a chip.
Not fair. It's full of chips. You win.
Wheat thins, something like a cracker, but more like a snack. Just for you snackers, crunchy delights, kinda like a cracker, but with more smash bite. Oh, they're thin and square, and they're light as air, and they're honest to goodness, little snackers. Wheat thins, just for you snackers, something like a cracker, but more like a snack.
Try our cheese and nutty flavors, too. Wheat Thins, just for you snackers.
Nabisco.
Winner of the anniversary trophy for best display of life in the USA. And what an effort of a lot of people on this float. Over 2,700 young people from 200 local churches all pitched in to help build this entry called And a Time to Laugh, sponsored by the Lutheran Laymen's League. Laughter's in the air as these excited children are chauffeured to summer Bible camp by their father, who is having a tough time trying to keep one eye on the road and another on the family dog, who has managed to find a last-minute perch for his ride down Colorado Boulevard. They have a big dog in that family. Big Bubble. And now here's the man who this year not only selected the parade's theme, a celebration of laughter, but traveled over 30,000 miles in preparation for today's festivities. Please meet the president of the Tournament of Roses, Frederick Johnson, Jr.
Thank you, Pat, and a Happy New Year to all from my family and all the Tournament of Roses Association who've worked so hard throughout the year. Today's parade theme, a celebration of laughter, acknowledges a human trait that is very special. Humor makes life more enjoyable. Today, I hope the millions of NBC viewers will share a few smiles with us as we pay tribute to the fun and joy of laughter.
Following President Johnson, from Pensacola, Florida, in smartly styled Spanish uniforms of black, red, and white, comes the 235-member Tate High School marching band known as the Show Band of the South. This band has collected an impressive array array of honors, including being named Grand National Champion by Marching Bands of America. Under the direction of Bill Slayton, today marks the band's first Rose Parade appearance. Than a barrel of monkeys. This Eastman Kodak presentation of Nature's Clowns. John Embry of San Diego fame holds a few of these agile monkeys who are sure to bring smiles to the faces of the nearly 1 million viewers here today with their amusing antics. Frolicking in an exotic jungle scene featuring orchids, camellias, amaryllis, and lilies imported from some faraway places as Singapore and Sri Lanka.
Must be a long parade when you ride it with a monkey hanging on your neck, I would. But she seems happy about it. Joan, obviously very good with animals. He's not waving. Next up, the American Saddlebreds Equestrian Unit, led by Marshal Julius Roseborough of Burbank, California. Known as the peacock of the show ring because of their high stepping action, the registry of these horses dates back to 1891, and that makes them the oldest breed of horses in America. Handsome animals.
California invites us to celebrate laughter with this fun tribute to the circus clown entitled Clownin' Around. Built, decorated, and funded by volunteers, this colorful float features a hapless clown who has slipped on his roller skates. And judging from the pillow tied to his waist, I'd say this isn't the first time he's suffered that sudden twist of fate. Miss Downey, her 4 princesses, and Miss Guadalajara offer encouragement to our struggling comedian while riding the brim of his fallen hat. There they are.
Still maintaining his dignity, though.
Still maintaining his dignity.
Well, you knew him as Batman, but soon you will know him as Captain Rob Wright in NBC's new series, The Last Precinct. We'll say good morning now to Adam West. Adam.
Thank you very much, Pat. I'm just kind of looking around for some of the tropes from my last precinct here on NBC. I guess too much New Year's celebration last night or something. Anyway, we'll all be seeing you on NBC right after the Super Bowl, January 26th. I hope you watch for our premiere. Now, there's more of the Rose Parade coming up right after this.
Oh, it's beautiful. Did Daddy see it?
Mr. Macho cried.
Hey, I always cry when I'm hungry.
What goes great with happiness? Something sitting on a Ritz. Everything will taste better. Tastes better when it's sitting on a Ritz. When it's sitting on a Ritz.
That golden Ritz taste makes food taste great.
When it's sitting.
Tough guy.
On a Ritz.
Mint. Pure. Creamy. Refreshing. Whipped into a fresh, creamy center. Covered with just the right amount of rich, dark chocolate. And captured in every box of Junior Mints. Junior Mints, the freshest, creamiest mints this side of paradise.
Well, since its inception in 1924, the Red Raider Marching Band from Jamestown, New York, has been in the spotlight for having performed at such national events as the Indianapolis 500 Parade. We saw them in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and today, the 200 members of this prize-winning band are making their first appearance here in the Rose Parade under the direction of Louise Stiphaus. Good time to adjust your color here. Wow, that is a good-looking float there. Brilliant piñatas, bright pinwheels, and absolutely beautiful floral serape accent this entry entitled Mission Viejo California Fiesta. This float celebrates Mission Viejo's 20th anniversary. And the lovely young senoritas you see riding along are homecoming queens from the 6 of that city's area high schools.
Nearly as old as the parade itself. Monty Montana's equestrian group from Canyon Country, California, riding their fine black and white Pinto horses. Monty and his horse Rex made their first appearance here way back in 1925 and have appeared together in nearly every parade since.
Riding inside a classic princess carriage is Pasadena's mayor, William J. Bogart, along with his wife, Claire, and their children, Michelle, Janine, Joseph, and Matthew. This antique carriage is decorated by Els and George Hasenberg, who travel all the way from Holland every year to create the lovely floral arrangements adorning the Rose Parade vehicles you'll be seeing here today.
Behind and celebrating Pasadena's centennial are city directors Rick Cole, John Crowley, Joe Heckman, Jess Houston, Loretta Thompson Glickman, and William Thompson Jr. They're riding in an antique 1898 carriage. Oh, the little old lady from Pasadena is back again. And this time, riding truly first class in the Huntington Sheraton Hotels, celebrating Pasadena's centennial. A convertible limousine ready to deliver invitations to help celebrate Pasadena's 100th anniversary. Well, looks like the lady has put the top down to catch a few rays of the sunshine that have made today's parade famous the world over. I'll say one thing, Pat. It's a little bit warmer and a lot drier than it was Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, I'll say. Just the way we like it, too. Don't go away, because just ahead, the Queen of the Rose Parade and her royal court. We'll be right back after our stations identify themselves.
My son's a world-famous magician. Retired.
My dad's a wily old con man. Semi-retired. Together on Black's Magic, we solve some of the most baffling whodunits you've ever seen.
You can say that again.
Together on Black's Magic, we solve some of...
Trained the boy well, didn't I?
Watch the special 2-hour premiere Sunday.
Here's the sound of a cold or allergy. Now listen to the new sound of relief. Dimetap was the #1 cold and allergy brand prescribed by doctors for over 20 years. Now Dimetap is available in new non-prescription formulas. 12-hour Dimetap Extend tabs relieve sneezing, stuffy runny nose, itchy eyes. 4-hour Dimetap Elixir does the same for children. Dimetap brings effective relief to you.
Pasadena Tournament of Roses Association proudly presents its 97th Rose Queen, Amy Lynn Richelieu of San Marino, riding today with members of the Royal Court.
Good morning. I'm Queen Amy Richelieu. I go to San Marino High School, and I'm 17 years old.
I'm Princess Shannon Colleen Guernsey. I'm 17 years old, and I attend John Muir High School.
I'm Princess Christine Heff. I'm 17, and I attend Blair High School.
My name is Princess April Lake. I'm 17, and I attend Arcadia High School.
I'm Princess Tracy K. Langford, and I'm a senior at La Cañada High School, and I'm 17 years old.
My name is Princess Julene Penner. I'm 17 years old, and I attend San Marino High School.
My name is Princess Laureen Weeks. I am 20 years old, and I attend Pasadena City College.
And following closely behind the Queen comes the Tournament of Roses Honor Band, wearing red and white military-style uniforms accented with rose emblems. Over 200 students make up this musical group, selected from schools within the Pasadena Area Community College District, and this year marks their 56th consecutive parade appearance. Perhaps no single movie studio has supplied audiences with more fun and laughter than Walt Disney. And here in Pond Salute comes Lowry Foods' imaginative floral entry titled Happily Ever After, featuring the story of Cinderella. Now, the casting is a little different there. Mickey Mouse plays Prince Charming. Minnie Mouse, of course, is the lovely Cinderella. And we have Donald Duck on board as well. Now, what would Donald play? Probably a coachman. We'll let him do that. And, of course, Goofy the footman. Anyway, they're on their way to the ball in their magnificent floral coach pulled by 4 snow-white horses through an orchid, camellia, and lily-filled forest. My only impression.
Curly Registry Equestrian Group. This sturdy and unique breed originated by crossing Chinese and Russian horses. They have unusually curly coats, and their hair was used to weave clothing, and they don't even need shoes. Look at that.
They look comfortable.
And easy to keep. No shoes.
Great bands, marvelous horses, and spectacular floats. You can see them all right here on NBC. We'll be right back.
Del Monte's pack a natural fruit energy into a snack.
We're packing a powerful good snack.
Del Monte fruit snacks are concentrated fruit energy. Yogurt-coated raisins. Del Monte fruit mix. And new tropical fruit mix. Del Monte fruit snacks are real fruit. Sweet, chewy, and packed with vitamins, minerals.
Del Monte's packing a powerful good snack.
They're a powerful good snack.
Fleischmann's would like to wish you a healthy new year. So this Sunday in your newspaper, we have a very special offer. There's nothing to mail, and for each coupon you collect, your store will give you a free pound of Fleischmann's for every 3 you buy. It's a great way to stock up.
I think that was mine.
This Sunday, in your newspaper, Fleischmann's buy 3, get 1 free offer. If you care about what you eat, it's a steal.
Hope you like sugar, because this box contains not 1, not 2, but 6 added teaspoons. This has 10, and this, 18. And spoon-size shredded wheat, none. When you shred the wheat for better toasting, it tastes great naturally. So it goes against our grain to add sugar, or even salt. And now there's Nabisco Shredded Wheaten Bran, the first bran cereal with no added sugar or salt.
Nabisco.
Next, from the city of Carson, California, comes the Merbabies at Play, featuring a magical underwater adventure filled with merbabies frolicking amidst a sea of bright bubbles. And there's a colorful seahorse and her baby joining in the fun, swimming through a seascape of coral, plants, and seashells. I don't know what you'd call it, but it looks like underwater horseplay to me.
You rascally devil.
Ever wonder what it would be like if toys became real? Security Pacific National Bank provides us the answer in this incredible animated float, Carpet Capers. Here, a toy train and handcart chase each other along a real high-speed roller coaster while a toy clown and teddy bear hustle to get out of the way. Now, the household cat hopes that the safest place to hide is under the rug. Looks like my sister Debbie's house did a week ago.
Oh, I'm sure she's happy to hear that announced to all America. Unfortunately, the toy train is not going right now. I wish it were, doggone it, but they'll get it moving later, I'll bet.
I know they will.
In the meantime, we'll look at the Tanner and Fetterman Equestrian Group, dressed in authentic Western attire, riding Appaloosa mounts, led by Marshal Gene Tanner of Marina Del Rey, California. And today marks Gene's 14th parade appearance. child's ocean fantasy is the theme for the city of Torrance, California's salute to the world-famous Marineland. Here we have laughing children playing with sea turtles and Garibaldi fish and riding unique mammals to which nature has given permanent smiles. Those are the bottlenose dolphins. Oh, he's cute. He's got hold of something there.
Somebody's foot.
All of these underwater creatures, by the way, are indigenous to the California coastline and were carefully created under the direction of Marineland fish and animal experts. By the way, did you know that the Garibaldi is the state saltwater fish of California?
No, I didn't know
Well,
that.
let it be said, I don't do homework. Who's going to check? Next comes the newly designed Pac-10 conference float carrying some rather excited young men and women. Who can blame them? The UCLA cheerleaders, who along with their furry mascot bears will be cheering their champions of the Pac-10 conference, the mighty Bruins, in their match with the Iowa Hawkeyes later this afternoon right here at the Rose Bowl.
As the Tournament of Roses parade continues, Nabisco joins with us in wishing you a very happy New Year.
You work so hard, now have some fun and yum it up with a new kind of bubble yum. Yum it up. Lemon and lime at the same time, two flavors in one. Yum it up. Strawberry and banana combined in one bubble yum. You're working hard, now have some fun. Yum it up with bubble yum bubble gum. I love to yum it up.
Two flavors in one. New luscious lime and banana berry split.
Yum it up with bubble yum.
Wheat thins, something like a cracker, but more like a snack. Just for you snackers, crunchy delights, kinda like a cracker, but with more snack bite. Oh, they're thin and square, and they're light as air, and they're honest to goodness, Miss Snackers. Wheat thins, just for you snackers, something like a cracker, but more like a snack.
Try our cheese and nutty flavors, too. Wheat Thins, just for you snackers.
Nabisco. Pudding.
Royal pudding.
Royal gelatin.
Royal gelatin?
Nabisco, makers of Royal desserts, want you to know there's no more delicious pudding or fruit-flavored gelatin than Royal.
You love Royal.
It's from Nabisco, so you know it's good.
Nabisco.
In a battle of wills, the enemy has become the babysitter. Now someone different has arrived with some cute surprises of her own.
Next up, the 250-member UCLA Bruins Marching Band under the fine musical direction of Gordon Henderson.
And they're singing, too.
Greetings from all of us from UCLA. We're delighted to be back in the Rose Bowl games, and we wish all of you a very prosperous 1986 and Happy New Year.
And we're looking at another trophy winner here, the Governor's Trophy. That's awarded for the most outstanding float entered by a city. And this is from the city of Long Beach, California. And from that city comes this comical feathered flight of fantasy entitled Take a Gander at Us. I get it. This truly spruce goose sporting a tuxedo, top hat, and spats. Looks like he's headed for a little seaside vacation enjoyment on his surfboard. And in a very clever way here, he's hooked his cane around the tail of a flying fish. I like a goose with imagination.
Yeah.
I don't recognize some of those flowers, do you?
No, what are they?
I put you in charge of one.
Next, we have the 250-member Rockford High School Marching Band who came all the way from Rockford, Michigan to make their first Rose Parade appearance here today under the direction of David Bass. Like an island carnival to highest of spirits on New Year's Day. And here today, Puerto Rico shares with us all the excitement and bright colors of their traditional Carnival in Puerto Rico. Featured here are giant replicas of Puerto Rican carnival masks forming the focal point of this beautiful float, which also features traditional music and masked revelers to help welcome in the new year. The next best thing to being there.
I don't imagine parade participants were able to do much reveling on New Year's Eve, I guess, with an early day racing. But they're having fun now.
Yeah.
We have a beautiful float here filled with beautiful people. There are few things on Earth considered more beautiful than butterflies, and today, Catalina Swimwear adds to this natural beauty by presenting Miss Universe, Miss USA, and Miss Teen USA in the forms of magnificent floral butterflies who carefully elude the nets of these playful gnomes. Those gnomes know what they're doing. They're chasing these curvaceous creatures on the wings of huge black and gold honeybees in this mischievous entry called Catch Us If You Can. They were never caterpillars, I can tell you that. Our next float is an award winner. The Sweepstakes Trophy, awarded for the most beautiful entry in the parade, and we're going to get a look at it as soon as we get past those stilt walkers. There they are carrying the sweepstakes winning banner. Proud moment for all the people who put together that float. They're pasting the last of the flowers on, and we'll see it in just a moment. All right. Well, we will get back to our parade and more coverage in just a moment. In fact, we'll get back to it right now and have a look at that float that we've been talking about. And boy, I want to tell you, this is Singapore Airlines and Singapore Tourist Promotion Board, and no wonder they won, right? They celebrated the legend of the Monkey God Festival on this float as flag balancers and stilt walkers herald the arrival of, look at that beautiful figure there. The towering monkey god of ancient Chinese legend directs the aerobatic antics of his playful minions against a background of 3 enormous, exquisitely decorated fans, which are powered by the largest mobile turntable ever built for this parade. The monkey god's painted face and costume reflect the traditional designs of the Chinese opera. They say when a pedal drops, 100 monkeys appear. There, the stilt walkers. Now that looks tough.
Did you ever want to do that?
No. Maybe I should have paused a moment before I...
No, you know you did. Come on, tell the truth.
Well, I did, actually.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, that is beautiful. Here's an Indian equestrian group led by a marshal who's well known to many of us, actor Iron Eyes Cody. Riding in traditional Indian attire. Also riding here is Peterson Zod, chief of Arizona's Navajo Indian Reservation. There he is.
I guess he will forever be remembered for that Clean Up America commercial he did at Keep America Beautiful.
Yes,
with a tear on his face.
That's a very majestic sight. All the members of this equestrian group are associated with charities and schools for runaway and battered children.
Now, there's a shot that shows the mixing of cultures you get in this parade, right?
This is really great. Another winner. The Cuckoo Clock Shop, winner of the Grand Marshal's Trophy for Most Creative Design. This is the first time I have ever seen time springing forward and falling back at the same time. In this timely float from the Acro-Atlantic Richfield Company entitled The Cuckoo Clock Shop. 8 cuckoo clocks with wildly spinning hands and swinging pendulums move in time to a unique soundtrack of bells, chimes, and whistles as animated and costumed live figures ring in the new year. Now you can imagine what it must be like having a clock like that. The time would be anybody's guess.
I have no idea what time it is.
No idea. But it's beautiful.
We're going to see more horses in a moment, and all the horses, in case people are wondering, are fitted with special shoes so they can make this 5.5-mile walk in a little more comfort, so you'll be glad to know that.
About 300 of these adorable Icelandic ponies within the United States, and 90 of them reside with Elizabeth Haig's ranch, who was marshal of the International Icelandic Ponies Association, is riding here today. I wonder what my neighbors would think of me if I brought one of those little fellows home.
I haven't met your neighbors, but I would think they'd think they were cute. They are adorable.
They're wonderful.
The horse is not your neighbors. Now, that dog has a very important job here. He's kind of leading the way for our next float from the city of Arcadia, California. Comes a Sunday in the Park. And there they are, a Victorian family enjoying a little fresh air while their 5 baby daughters, who happen to be Miss Arcadia and her court, create a little havoc in the stroller. Well, they're behaving themselves. I guess the good news for the parents is they won't have any trouble finding a babysitter for these 5 lovely young ladies.
Another young NBC alumnus in the crowd this morning who's about to star as Valerie Harper's son in a new comedy series, Valerie. Good morning, Jason Bateman.
Good morning, Felicia. How are you? It's great to be here. It's a little early, but I think it's worth it. Kind of looking forward to the game. Go Bruins.
It's no secret who you're pulling for then, huh?
And we'll return to all the festivities of the 1986 Rose Parade right after this.
Want a lifesaver, honey?
Yeah, I'll have the red one.
There's only one red one left. Take the green one.
Oh, but I really love red cherry lifesavers. I had my heart set on the red one. And I asked for it first.
Look at you, a mature adult acting childish over a little piece of candy.
You bet your lifesavers. You can have the green one.
I like the green one better anyway.
Why? Is it better than the red?
Lifesavers roll candy, and even the red one has less than 10 calories.
Del Monte asked 3 people with a taste for something different and exciting which drink has the blend of flavors they've been looking for.
Del Monte, pineapple grapefruit.
Del Monte, pineapple orange.
Del Monte, pineapple mandarin.
Introducing new Del Monte pineapple blends with 50% juice and 100% great taste anytime. Del Monte pineapple blends. It's the sensible alternative.
Listen to the beat, the early morning breakfast beats, and eat cream of wheat. Hot cereal, out of bed, on your feet, and it's all about it. Mix and eat cream of wheat. Hot cereal, mix, hot, mix and eat cream of wheat. Hot cereal.
New improved Mix and Eat. It's smoother, it's creamier, it's delicious.
Nabisco.
We are back, and from Prospect High School in Mount Prospect, Illinois, come all 227 members of their Marching Blue Knights Band under the direction of David Morrison. Here's band member Lucy Meyer.
Thank you, Pat. Good morning. Today marks our first Rose Parade performance, and we wish to thank the people of Mount Prospect and Arlington Heights for all their support, and Pasadena for their warm welcome today. Happy New Year, America.
Marks its 51st float appearance today with this humorous entry featuring mischievous mice playing a practical joke on a sleeping cat. Kind of mean mice, actually, what they're doing to this poor guy. First of all, he's going to receive a rude awakening as some mice prepare to scare him with a giant dog mask, and as if that weren't enough, some are about to snap his tail in a mouse trap, while the others are preparing to strike up something else in a band to put the cat in orbit. Oh, well, you know how those mice can get.
Literally laying in wait.
It's a great theme this year, Celebration of Laughter. All the float makers, all the participants seem really happy about the theme. It gave them a lot of fun things to do, and a lot of these floats reflect that. That's cute.
And that spirit is, you can feel it infused in the crowd. Everybody's very up and happy today. Flying high with enthusiasm for their team comes the Big Ten Conference champion Hawkeye cheerleaders. And here's one football fan who'd like to say hello. Iowa's Governor Terry Branstad.
In 1982, Iowa came to the Rose Bowl. This year, we're back in '86 with an experienced team, and we intend to beat UCLA.
He made no bones about that, huh?
No bones about it. Well, you show me some cheerleaders, and I'll show you a band. The University of Iowa marching band, to be exact. And making his second bid for Rose Bowl victory in 5 seasons is Hawkeye coach Hayden Fry.
Being an old coach, I don't have the opportunity to watch the Rose Bowl parade, but I just know it's just magnificent, beautiful. We'd love to have it downtown Iowa City. The environment out here for the Rose Bowl game is just unbelievable, and I hope all of the people across America watching this beautiful parade enjoy it as much as we do. Happy New Year.
As I look at them, the first thing I wonder about is 5 miles from now, how do they hold those instruments up? That's what I want to know.
I think they're used to it.
Yeah. These marching bands are tremendous, and as we pointed out, they have come from all around the country to be here today.
Oh, they're stamping, too.
A lot of Iowa fans here.
Yeah.
They made the trip en masse.
represents a chance to take a little time off. But for this lovable hobo, a hard day at the office represents a chance to do a little fishing out of a sardine can and relax. His hitchhiking kitten is hopefully eyeing what's left for dinner. This dynamic duo is presented to us by the city of Duarte, California, and the city of Hope National Medical Center, which provides free medical services to victims of major diseases and conducts pioneering research in some of the most devastating disorders.
Thanks to our producer for posing for that float. Very nice. And here comes a perennial favorite among the nearby 1 million spectators who are lining the parade route today. Making his 32nd Rose Parade appearance is George Putnam. There's George with his riders on American quarter horses, all decked out in splendid silver saddles and tack. One of the great characters of Southern California there. You know, Felicia, some of these antique silver saddles are estimated to be worth over $100,000. They are beautiful. Gosh. And there's another one of Southern California's favorite characters. Like this next entry is keeping smiles on the faces of our delighted parade viewers. Here we have 3 enormous trained seals who are teaching their younger friends a trick or two aboard a float called Keep 'em Laughing. Oh, very talented. The float is sponsored by the Unical Corporation, which also provides aid for sick and stranded wildlife with its Marine Animal Care Center. It's amazing how they get the expression on the faces of the animals and flowers, and the people, too, for that matter. That's a real person there, we should point out.
They're young and they're hot. Outstanding young musicians from 49 high schools representing the Los Angeles Unified School District make up the 300-member Los Angeles All-District Band, which was organized specifically for the Rose Parade and has appeared here every year since 1973. Performing under the musical leadership of Donald Dustin, this group has also performed at several World Series and Super Bowl events. Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California in just a minute.
We at Planters have heard that shoppers are pushing, shoving, and yes, taking cans from sweet old ladies because they have to have our delicious new honey roasted nuts. Phyllis, we're on the air.
Oh.
Well, sure, they're irresistible. Sweet enough to please, salty enough to tease. But don't worry, there's plenty for everyone. Planters has cans. Planters has jars. Planters has a problem. Hey, guys.
New Planters honey roasted nuts. It's hard to keep them around. Alone with Fruit Chewy Newton's cookies.
Janie.
New Blueberry Newtons.
I know you've got the Newtons.
New Cherry Newtons, too.
And you're in the closet.
So Fruit Chewy.
Okay, you're not in the closet.
You want them for yourself.
Which leaves Only one place.
Delicious Newton's cookies. Fig and apple, too. So fruit chewy, you want them for yourself.
Can we talk money?
Nabisco.
Happy New Year, everybody. And in just a few minutes, NBC Sports will kick off the new year with a great Fiesta Bowl, Michigan against Nebraska.
Nebraska is showcasing Doug DeVos, possibly the 1986 Heisman Trophy winner, against a tough Michigan defense.
Next, the city of Los Angeles salutes its city firefighters' 100th anniversary with this year's entry, featuring 2 children playing with antique fire engines and a modern-day firefighting helicopter. You know, Pat, with all the terrible brush fires Los Angeles has experienced this year, playing with fire is no laughing matter. And we all owe a lot to the brave firemen and women who risk their lives daily around the country.
They also did a heck of a job on this float.
The major goal of these riders, the Associated Charros of La Alteña, is to expose the classic sport and tradition of charreria, Mexican rodeo events, to the rest of the world. They are led by Marshal Agustin Aguayo of Pico Rivera, California.
Now, coming all the way from Bloomington, Minnesota, is the Thomas Jefferson High School Marching Band. Known worldwide as the Pride of Minnesota, this group has performed at the Cotton Bowl Parade, Fiesta Bowl, as well as 2 previous Rose Parades, and has traveled to Canada, Norway, Spain, Africa, and Mexico under the baton of Dr. Earl Benson. Well, next, Yo Play USA celebrates laughter with a French-flavored cultural salute to the art of pantomime with this very dramatic presentation of silent laughter. The float riders you see here surrounding the giant mime figures are all champion mime artists, and they've been selected from 12 regions across the United States. Speak up, guys, we can't hear you. I'm told, by the way, that is the largest single figure up front there ever seen at a Rose Parade. Takes a humorous look at the old American West with Medicine Show. Here, a smooth-talking hustler peddles an assortment of get-well potions aboard a colorful horse-drawn wagon. Along for the ride is the Honorable Elvin Wilcox, mayor of San Bernardino. You know, it's funny when you think about it.
The Rose Parade dates back to the days when medicine shows such as these were the only real forms of entertainment that a rural town might see in months.
I wish mayors still dressed that way. Again, look at the movement they create, that illusion of movement in the animals. They do it with flowers. It is just amazing.
Yeah, I have to keep reminding myself these are flowers. Times certainly have changed for most of us, but not for these American Mustang horses whose ancestors have roamed across America since the first Spanish conquistadors brought them here from Spain centuries ago. Riding these living reminders of the Old West are Marshal Barbara Schenck and Lee Hauser.
An award winner here. This is the Tournament Special Trophy for Exceptional Merit. And this is the Odd Fellows and Rebecca's float, presenting a whimsical look at the popular nursery rhyme, 10 Little Indian Boys. Here, large sculpted feathers surround the 10 little boys as they dance to that well-known tune while a visiting chief watches on horseback. And if this has a look of authenticity about it, you're right. These young dancers come from Native American Indian tribes throughout California, Colorado, and Montana. You haven't talked about flowers in a while.
I know.
What are some of these flowers? I can't get her to talk about flowers. I try, folks. The Nabisco family of fine products is proud to be a part of the 1986 Tournament of Roses Parade.
Girls, what's the giggling about?
Lisa thinks it's silly to put A1 steak sauce on your hamburger.
Silly? My dear ladies, what's hamburger? Chopped ham?
No.
It's chopped steak. And what's better on steak than A1? A1 makes hamburgers taste like steak burgers. Try it.
Incredible.
You said it. Its herbs and spices make hamburgers juicy and really tasty, like steak burgers. What's the giggling now?
Lisa thinks you're cute.
A1 makes hamburgers taste like steak burgers.
Look at her.
She gave her butter to New Bluebonnet Butter Blend. What's the world coming to?
They wanted a real buttery taste.
They got it in New Bluebonnet Butter Blend.
I hear Bluebonnet Butter Blend tastes creamy rich and real buttery. Well, they'll never get our butter.
Never.
Introducing Bluebonnet Butter Blend. It tastes buttery because there's butter in it.
Blue's definitely your color.
Oh, thank you.
Concerned mother? You better believe it. We spend time together. Right now, we're having a snack with Nilla wafers. They're Nabisco, and I like that. And she loves them, don't you?
Yeah.
No fudge, no fluff. Just simple goodness I can feel good about. Only the best for her. You know?
Yeah.
Nabisco Nilla wafers. Simple goodness you can feel good about.
Nabisco.
This float is the winner of the Pioneers Trophy for Best Characterization of the Romance of California. Now, there's a funny story behind this entry, Pat. It seems that the parade committee had scheduled a meeting to pick a theme for this year's float. And nearly all the members arrived late due to traffic. Well, they picked a theme, and today the city of Santa Ana...
I don't think traffic is all that funny, but it's a funny float. Now a group from Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, the Pennsbury High School Marching Band, making their first Rose Parade appearance here today, proudly being led by director Michael Grothman.
trophy awarded for excellence of craftsmanship goes to this float from the city of St. Louis, Missouri, which takes us back to the origins of the famous Comédie Française in Renaissance France, where bands of performers would travel from village to village in specially built wagons such as this one, which opened up to become stages. Those are the world-famous champion Clydesdale horses pulling this comedic cargo of life-size marionettes and live musicians playing period instruments. And notice, too, the acrobats. They're jugglers and dancers performing alongside the wagon. This is a very, very classy presentation.
Interesting equestrian group, the Equestrianettes from Sheridan, Wyoming. Formed in 1978, these women, led by Marshal Deanna Lynch, ride side saddle only, even when jumping. Seems chanty to me, but what do I know from side saddle?
It's a winner! It's a winner! It's the Mayor's Trophy winner for Best Display of Originality. The Computerland Corporation adds space-age technology to its Rose Parade debut with this harmony heard around the world, made up of 18 musical elephants, draped in flags from all over the world. Each elephant is a separate unit with its own driver, and incredibly, the band is divided into 4 different sections, each playing a separate section of music to achieve a truly big band sound.
Is that a joke when you said harmony heard? Come on.
Yes, harmony heard, as in H-E-R-D.
You got nerve, Felicia.
Coming up next from the Bakery, Confectionery, and Tobacco Workers Union, presentation of Time for Tea, featuring the ultimate tea party with these 2 little girls who are seated atop a giant teacup. Now, they're probably trying to decide which of these mouth-watering goodies to try first. Luscious petit foie, juicy strawberries, and a beautiful cake are just some of the delicacies that await as a teddy bear butler serves them. Now, those flowers do look good enough to eat.
Yeah, you know how many flowers they took to decorate all the floats in this parade? Take a guess. Oh, I'll tell you. 20 million, they say, give or take a bud or 2.
20 million
flowers, yes.
It's a lot of perfume. Something very special, the Look of Good Taste, Judge's special trophy for most unusual and unique entry. Baskin-Robbins. A giant pink and white teddy bear pops up 52 feet in the air out of their giant 40th birthday celebration cake, which plays Happy Birthday to the delight of the parade audience. Frosted with over 100,000 white carnations.
So I changed that number on that. It's 20,100,000. I didn't add that in, sorry.
Good grief.
Yeah, these floats seem to be getting taller and taller every year.
Wow.
Yum. Oh, it's a flower. I can't eat that. It's a flower. I have to keep saying it. It's
I don't know.
only
We might
flowers.
have to try it, Pat.
riding down Colorado Boulevard comes the White Horse Equestrian Group, led by Marshal Richard Sacco from Saugus, California. Our next float is a winner of the Founders Trophy for the most outstanding entry in the self-built classification. This float was not only designed and built by students at Cal Poly Pomona and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, but they also grew all the flowers which decorate it. They call it Bubble Trouble, and that's about what you can expect when this little boy decides to give his dog and her puppies a bath. It's interesting because during the year, each of the two campuses builds half of the float, which is then joined together over Thanksgiving by student volunteers at the Pomona campus. Real teamwork by those schools. Everybody say aw. Aw. Good. Notice a lot of bubbles being blown by the crowd. The students handed out bottles of bubbles and asked the parade watchers to blow the bubbles when their float came by. Real participation by the crowd.
Now, the last time I saw them was at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and here they are again in Pasadena, California, the McDonald's All-American High School Band under the musical baton of Dr. William Foster. Easing down the road, and here's band member Matt Bonner.
Our All-American High School Band is proud to represent every state, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands in its 17th performance in the Tournament of Roses Parade. On behalf of the 104 members of the band, Happy New Year!
Stars shining in the daylight, but here's one you'll be seeing soon in her new upcoming comedy series called, oddly enough, Valerie. Miss Valerie Harper. Good morning, Valerie.
Hi, Pat. Hello, Felicia. How you doing?
Fine. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year, everybody. I mean, 86 is before us, and I'm having such a good time out here. The band, these incredible horses, magnificent people, and all the floats. Come on, stay with us. Be right back on NBC. Come on, be right back.
It's beautiful. Did Daddy see it?
Mr. Macho cried.
Hey, I always cry when I'm hungry.
What goes great with happiness? Something sitting on the Ritz. Everything will taste better. Tastes better when it's sitting on the Ritz. When it's sitting on the Ritz.
That golden Ritz taste makes food taste great.
When it's sitting.
Tough guy.
On a Ritz.
Bright ideas and an Oreo cookie.
It's a bright idea to dunk it, or to crunch it, or unscrew it, or to lick it, or to trick it. But no matter what you do, it's true. It's fun to munch a creamy, crunchy chocolate. Oreo goes great with imagination. Puts the yum in your creation.
Oreo cookies and new Oreo mint cream.
Bisco.
Have you ever noticed how many products are constantly being improved? Well, we introduced premium saltines in 1876, and they're still every bit as good today. We brought out Lifesavers and Oreo in 1912, Baby Ruth in 1921, Royal Pudding in 1932, Planters in 1906, and Shredded Wheat in 1894. And they're all still every bit as good today. Because at Nabisco Brands, we make it right the first time.
Nabisco.
Next, the winner of the animation trophy awarded to the float presenting the best animation and motion, and there's been a lot of it in this parade. These 4 frantically pedaling frogs have high hopes of keeping this giant flying machine in the air. Not everyone thinks it's possible, though. Their life-size elephant pilot does seem a bit skeptical about this whole thing coming off. This float was funded, built, and decorated entirely by volunteers from nearby La Cañada Flint Ridge, California, which is only a hop, skip, and a jump away from here.
And it's the winner of the President's Trophy for the best floral presentation. Making its first Rose Parade appearance since 1933 is the Carnation Company, with this Barnyard Boogie Hayride float decorated almost entirely in what else? Carnations. As the farmer dog drives the tractor, ducks bob to the beat of this country music with the cow on bass, donkey on fiddle, and a duck playing the banjo to the delight of their barnyard friends. Ah, I hope the good farmer has no use for his tractor today.
Next up, the Queen's Trophy, presented to the float presenting the most effective use and display of roses, which is appropriate. This float proves, of course, 2 heads are better than 1. Bank of America's charming dragon certainly seems to be enjoying a little tea for 2 with herself, if that makes any sense. The dragon's heads cozily share their latest gossip as her arms serve the tea while her tail wags with enthusiasm. The float's hydraulic-powered teapot bobs up and down as a special version of Tea for 2 plays throughout this madcap tea party. That's CO2 coming out there, I'm told. I wonder if they had to pay this dragon double. I don't know.
The winner of the International Trophy for the most beautiful entry from outside the United States. The home of the famous Calgary Stampede in Alberta, Canada, presents this tribute to the rodeo clown, who is truly one of the unsung heroes of any rodeo. Here he's become a little unsprung thanks to a well-placed shoe from a raging bull. And as luck would have it, that is no bed of roses this farcical cowboy is about to land in either. Twice awarded gold medals at the International Music Olympics, here's the Las Cruces High School Showcase Marching Band from New Mexico and their director, Ed White.
We've talked a lot about height in this parade, and if all goes well, we may see this next float on up to 60 feet in the air. If that clown will cooperate and do a handstand for us, we'll know in a moment. It's called All the World Loves a Clown. American Honda, that is, proving it with this towering tribute to these circus comedy stars. Now, as monkeys on unicycles watch, the clown should push himself up to a handstand, which will take him up to that 60 feet mark I mentioned, on the end of a teeter-totter. And this would set the record for the tallest float ever entered in the Rose Parade. Now, on the other end of the teeter-totter there, we have a little monkey, but he's carrying some dumbbells. I don't know if that's fair. long parade, and I think the clown is saving himself. You wear yourself out early, and by the time you're 8 or 9 blocks down, you can't get up on your hands anymore.
Ah, something's beginning to happen.
Uh-oh. I'm feeling a little tension, actually. There it goes. Looks like about 45 feet.
Yeah. He's getting up there. All right.
All right, let's hear it for the clown. 60 feet. That's spectacular. Easy boy. Oh, I'm glad he made it. There was great tension there for a while. Very best wishes for a happy new year to your family from the Nabisco family of fine products.
Hey, you're eating bran cereal because it's good for you, right? Guess what's in it besides bran? Sugar. Up to 22 added teaspoons a box. Over a period of time, that can really add up. And up. Introducing a new bran cereal, Nabisco Shredded Wheat and Bran. The first high-fiber cereal without a grain of added sugar in it. Or even salt. New Nabisco Shredded Wheat and Bran. If you're eating bran because it's good for you, why add sugar and salt?
Ready? Say cheese.
Better cheddars.
Okay, say cheese. Better cheddars.
When you say better cheddars, you're really saying cheese, because we bake in real cheddar cheese for a light, crisp, real cheese taste.
Everybody ready? Say better cheddars.
Cheese. Now in Swiss, blue cheese, and nacho. When you say better cheddars, you're really saying cheese.
Have you ever noticed how many products are constantly being improved? Well, we introduced premium saltines in 1876, and they're still every bit as good today. We brought out Lifesavers and Oreo in 1912, Baby Ruth in 1921, Royal Pudding in 1932, Planters in 1906, and Shredded Wheat in 1894. And they're all still every bit as good today. Because at Nabisco Brands, we make it right the first time.
Happy New Year, everybody. And in just a few minutes, NBC Sports will kick off 1986 with a great Fiesta Bowl, Nebraska against Michigan.
And a Michigan defense that gave up an unbelievable 5 touchdowns in 11 games.
Baseball season comes a little early this year on this Dr. Pepper entry as this young batter gets ready for the big pitch in hopes of hitting a home run. And I think we, really missed the action, but there's the ball being thrown back to the pitcher. By the way, they had to get special permission to use that cable because it's not covered with flowers and everything it has to be, so they had to get special permission so they'd have that ball able to travel along. See if I can do some play-by-play here. And here's the one. No, he's just not cooperating. They also had to get permission because this is a bit of an oversized float. It is 65 feet long. Oh, here's the wine. And, boy, I'm no Bob Costas, am I? It's a change-up. No, that's a knuckleball. Oh, no. Strike. I think I'll stick to parade play-by-play.
from the Southern California Morgan Horse Group, led by Carol Brennan Windsor. All of the horses in the club are used as show horses as well as for pleasure riding. That's a cute little equestrian there. There we are, the winner of the Isabella Coleman Trophy for the most out of the ordinary display of floral presentation. Celebrating this year's Rose Parade theme of with Laughing All the Way comes the Hilton Hotel's Conrad International's warm salute to perhaps the most widely loved symbol of merriment and good cheer in our world, Santa Claus. Riding on his sleigh full of toys pulled by 8 reindeer. There he is. And joining Santa are float riders Donald Russell, the reigning Mrs. America, and her family.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donder, Blitzen. How'd I do?
You're smart.
Thank you very much.
And here, wearing traditional hunt attire, come the International Side Saddle Organization, led by Marshal Martine Pearson. That does not look easy.
No. Do you ride?
Yeah, but not like that.
Entry from Canada now, and the theme for this is Expo 86, being presented by the 1986 World Exposition, which will be held next year in Vancouver, British Columbia. Here, Expo Ernie, the exposition robot mascot, steers a flotilla of transport devices with rolling wheels, moving belts, and spinning propellers. All reminders of how far we've progressed in the fields of transportation and communication. I guess Expo 86 is this year. I have to get used to that. I can't.
I know,
can't
1986.
What would any Rose Parade be without mention of what the new year will offer for future generations?
Happy New Year, America. My name's Expo Ernie, and I'm awfully glad to be here. I'm also very excited about Expo 86 in Vancouver, May 2nd to October 13th. I'm hoping to see you all there. Until then, stay well.
Next appearing in smart military formation is the 87-member British Columbia Beefeater Band, representing Vancouver, Canada, under the direction of Gordon Olson.
We can only hope that this next float sets the theme for every day of this year, as the Beatles' classic All You Need Is Love is playing for this unusual love story. And it is unusual. 2 unsuspecting ostriches duck their heads underground in the hot pursuit of the early bird worm, and a surprise meeting underground in store, and love at first sight. A nice thought, sponsored by Kiwanis International. From FTD, Florist Transworld Delivery Association, sent us this next comedic bouquet, proving that 2 can be a crowd aboard the Ark, especially when the 2 in question happen to be a pair of skunks. 2 by 2, the rest of Noah's furry and feathered passengers have taken refuge in the bow, leaving lots of room for our odoriferous couple to relax and enjoy what's left of the fresh sea air. Kind of sad when you think about it.
for our stations to identify themselves. Parade lineup continues with this entry from an old friend, the International House of Pancakes, who this year have built a dinner theater for young people. At the front of the float, we see a girl dressed in Mom's cast-off finery being escorted out of her soapbox limo where dog Waffle takes up the whole back seat. His giant tail wags eagerly, catching a tray-laden waiter off guard, who's just about to deliver tea via airmail to the audience. On stage, our diva is attempting to finish her song, while a Groucho fan has other ideas. Dining out was never this much fun.
To break away from our Rose Parade coverage to bring you a special NBC News report on the exchange of New Year's Day messages to the Soviet and American people from Chairman Gorbachev of the Soviet Union and President Ronald Reagan. We'll return to NBC Rose Parade coverage shortly.